Need more coffee. Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom. Welcome to day 3005 of What's She Up To Now. This is a place where I document my journey since I was trying to go online in 2017, but like everybody else who wants to do video and is told to do video by their coaches for a year, I was scared. And so I showed up once in a while, but I did a lot of training and teaching videos where I would share my screen and things like that because I was scared to show up on video. That's a topic for another day. Today, we are talking about one size does not fit all, unless, of course, it has to do with adjustable caps. And then that still probably doesn't fit everybody, right? There's probably somebody out there with a giant head that this cap would not fit on. It's a group that I am participating in called the 100 that is stretching my comfort zone and getting me out of my own way with respect to personal growth and development, which is something I'm always on the leading edge of. It's hard. It's easy to be complacent. And if you have followed me for any amount of time, you see that I'm human and I display some of the same tendencies that most of the rest of us human beings do. We don't love change. I actually like change. I think change is awesome. I get curious and excited about it. But change that's like right on just the edge of my comfort zone. I don't want to jump out. I just will tiptoe out. I'm that way with, I don't consider myself an early adopter, but I am doing an AI thing this weekend because I'm like, all right, I might not be an early adopter, but the truth is AI, like the internet, is here to stay. So we better figure out how to make it enhance what we're doing and more of who we are as humans, or it's going to eat us alive. There's not ever a one or the other, but there is going to be a greater divide than there has been in any other time in history when it comes to people that are using AI and really supersizing and growing and scaling and doing the things they want to do with their life and their businesses. And then there's going to be the people that are just staying where they are. And that divide will get bigger and bigger and bigger, in my opinion. So AI starting today, a 3-day summit. Yikes. It's not a summit. It's a 3-day deep dive training. And then I have a friend, and I was thinking about this morning. When it comes to my Supersize school, I don't think I will ever be the AI expert. I don't want to be. I'm 66 years old. I don't choose to be the expert in that, but I do have a friend who's awesome at it. And I think I'm going to ask her to come in and do some workshops and training in the community so that we all can up our AI skills. And I'm going to get a basic understanding of it, but I don't see myself ever being the expert in it. Why? Lots of reasons. Number one, visual challenges. Number two, it's a lot to learn and it's changing all the time. I think it's an industry that is in its literal infancy, and it's going to change and morph and be something totally different than what it is today. I feel like we're just playing with it. Everything and all the advances we've made so far, I feel like they're just the tip of the iceberg, like so many things that we get involved in. All right, don't want to talk about AI anymore, but I am doing a 3-day summit starting today. I'm also doing the 100, which is a 4-month coaching program and challenge to help us to monetize our school communities. I've had a school community for like 6 months now, maybe a little longer, and I've never launched it. It's hard for me to even get those words out of my mouth, but it's like many things that I personally have done in the online world. In the offline world, it takes a lot more to survive in business and in life than in the online world. And maybe that's part of my borderline comfort zone challenge. Everything seems to come so much easier in the online world. And it's like, I don't think I deserve to have it come easy, right? But those days are numbered. Those days are changing. So in the challenges today, we're talking about different communication styles, ways we like to communicate and ways we like to be communicated with. I am an extremely direct communicator, which really offends some people because they are a different style. And I do adapt my communication style to the person that I'm working with, or the person that I'm involved with or communicating with to a certain degree. But I still want them to deal with me in the way I like to be dealt with. So I've had all different personality types and all different communication styles that I've worked with over my 5 decades in business and in life. And I learned that if we meet people where they are, we're always going to get better results in any situation, whether it's personal or professional. It's when people are trying to force their ideas and their way of being on other people that conflicts arise and things turn south pretty rapidly. So we're talking about that in both of the challenges today. It's almost the end of another month. We're getting ready to hop into our super process, which is above my head. And that's the shortened version. We're just doing a 5-step process this year as part of the annual challenge. And I'm using it for both challenges, the Supersize Your Business Challenge, as well as the Supersize You Annual Challenge, which is the topic of our annual challenge this year. Because for the last 4 years, actually, I've been trying to say, okay, or trying to on a little bit of a regular basis, how can I morph and simplify what I'm doing? How can I streamline what I'm doing to be more effective? I used to do 3 or 4, sometimes 5 totally different videos every day and totally different topics for Supersize Your Business and for whatever annual challenge I was doing. It just made it a lot more complicated than it had to be. And I'm like, well, wow, I wonder if I could do a topic that would apply to both my business life and my personal life, because we're all human beings in business, right? So it sort of makes a lot of sense. So last year I kind of tested doing the same topic for both groups each day, but with a different slant. One is for your personal life, and the business slant is for business owners and their businesses and how the topic impacts them. And it's the same topic, but I take different examples and different stories and different ways of approaching it. I think it's been working out really well. So far, we're only a few months into this year, but I think it is the way I'll continue to move forward with that particular challenge. Will I keep doing an annual challenge every year? I don't know. Everyone thinks I'm crazy that I've done any, much less this is my 9th year, but it has actually helped me to grow and develop faster. It's helped me to show up. It's helped me to become a better version of myself, and it helps me to hold myself accountable and become consistent. If you had met me 9 years ago, I don't think I was very consistent. I mean, I would hop from thing to thing and shiny object to shiny object when I learned what shiny object syndrome was offline. And in the real world, I didn't have the opportunity to do that because the barrier to entry in different businesses is high, way higher than it is in the online world. Even if you get a high ticket coach, it's still a much lower barrier to entry, which will help speed your process, by the way, unbelievably and considerably. The times I've made the biggest moves in my life have always been when I've had a specific coach on a focused area. We had them for real estate. I've had them for many of my different types of businesses, and they just help those businesses to grow exponentially. Because every time I needed to do some growth in any of my businesses, lo and behold, I was the bottleneck. I was the one holding up and stunting our growth. And I didn't see it until about the 3rd business. Then I'm like, oh, yeah, that's me getting in the way. Let me just step aside here, get a CEO and let them take care of this. Let me just step aside here, get an accountant and let the accountant take care of all this detailed stuff that I am bottlenecking in my businesses. That was my first lesson learned, was the accountant and the CPA firm. Boy, I don't know what took me so long to do that. All right, that's all I've got today. If I can help you in any way, please ask. I do have a very busy day, so if you message me, I promise I will get back to you today, but it might be late because I've got a couple of trainings, coaching calls, things like that going on. All right, have an awesome day, and I'll be with you tomorrow.